Hey guys, Santa Claus here with another set of NFL predictions. This time it's week 15. Anyways, we're going to be discussing week 14 and playoffs and all that wonderful stuff. And there are Saturday games being held this week as well as next week. So, yeah. Anyways, we're going to be discussing the week 15 games and my predictions for them, as well as the Week 14 summary. So, and next year we're going to be doing something called Week Summaries, where I'm going to be discussing all the games, and I'm not going to look at stats or anything. I'm just going to discuss what occurred during the games, and they'll probably be released the same day as This Week in Sports Ball, which is usually Wednesday or Thursday, depending on. So I know what's going on with those games. Or I could just I could just watch highlights of those games, and then I'll share my thoughts with you guys. Anyways, the Los Angeles Chargers take on the Las Vegas Raiders, who have lost two straight. And I think the Raiders can make a comeback because it's the Chargers and it's a division rivalry game. They're both part of the AFC West, but here's the thing. The Chargers are terrible. They're going to go 4-10. The Raiders are going to win their first game in a while, and they're going to go 7-7 instead of 6-7. So they'll probably be at a 500. And yeah, the Raiders are okay. I mean, their record would be okay. They're 7-7. They're probably going to be 7-7, and the Chargers are going to fall to 4-10. They won against the Falcons, but as a result, the Falcons were eliminated from playoff contention. Two teams were eliminated this week. The Chargers won against the Falcons, so they're 4-9. After that 3-9 loss, they were eliminated in week 13. So, yeah. So we're gonna be going to the next game. I pick the Raiders to win this game. We have Saturday games this week, folks, and next week as well, week 16, also known as Christmas. Anyways, it starts on Christmas, so yeah. The Buffalo Bills take on the Denver Broncos, and yeah, the Broncos won against the Panthers. Why didn't they play like that against the Chiefs? But the Chiefs are Chiefs are good. I am a Chiefs fan after all. As for the Bills, yeah, you are a legit team. You used to be terrible about 3 years ago, but with Tyrod Taylor and Nathan Peterman and all those terrible QBs you've had over the years. But when you drafted Josh Allen, you put a spark in Bills fans' hopes. I mean, the Bills did make the playoffs that year in 2017 because the Ravens lost to the Bengals in week 17 of the 2017 season. So, as a result, the Bills made the playoffs. I think it was via tiebreaker. But, yeah, I think the Bills could clinch a playoff berth this week. And the Bills will be 11-3, and the Broncos will fall to 5-9, and will possibly be eliminated from playoff contention. I think after 9 losses, you're eliminated in the AFC, but I'm not sure how the NFC works. So yeah, if you probably have 11 wins in your regular season, you probably make the playoffs. Or if there's a tiebreaker, you probably make it. But I think the Browns could make it. But yeah, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bills for this one. Bills 11-3, Broncos 5-9 will probably be eliminated from playoff contention. Anyways, speaking of the Panthers, they lost to the Broncos. Again. They lost to the Broncos again. Super Bowl 50 rematch. Broncos still Broncos without Peyton Manning. I mean, Peyton Manning's an elite QB. I mean, he was until he retired. He retired after Super Bowl 50, which um yeah, he had a long legacy with the Colts. He had a few years with the Broncos, and that's where he ended his career with the Denver Broncos. But yeah, those Panthers, man, they are not looking good based on record. They probably are coached well, but I think they just need to do better. They probably they're probably going to lose again in the NFC. They're probably going to be 4-10 after this week because they will probably lose to the Green Bay Packers, who are kings of the North. They have clinched the NFC North title. They have clinched the NFC number 1 seed. They have made the playoffs. So there are two teams that have made the playoffs this week. One of which was because the Dolphins lost, but okay. Anyways, the Green Bay Packers have taken the NFC North, and they have taken the number 1 seed. They have tiebreaker with the New Orleans Saints, who lost to the Eagles. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go with the Packers for this one. Those are the Saturday games. So now we move into Sunday. The Houston Texans face off the Indianapolis Colts. AFC South matchup here. Yeah. So, yeah, the Colts look good. I honestly think Phillip Rivers is what they needed, but with that offensive core, I think the Colts could probably clinch a playoff. I'm not sure. There are only 10 more playoff spots. Yeah, there are only 5 left in the AFC, but it's probably going to go to the Bills, so that's probably going to blink it down to 4. But if the Colts go 10-4, I'm not really sure if they could clinch a playoff berth. There are only 5 more. 5 more. What is it? 5 more playoff spots in the AFC, 5 more playoff spots in the NFC. There are 10 more playoff spots. But if I think the Colts would probably go 10-4 here, and the Texans, yeah, they don't look good anymore. They used to look good, and I had high ambitions for them, but guess what happens when I pick the Houston Texans out of all teams? They lose. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I am not going to rely on Romeo Crennel to, tell me what to do. But tell me what to do about the Texans. Because the Texans, yeah, because of last week's loss, they were eliminated from the playoffs. Those two teams, the Atlanta Falcons and the Houston Texans, were eliminated from playoffs. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts for this one. The Detroit Lions take on the Tennessee Titans, and I think the Titans could win this one because the Detroit Lions are 5-8. I think they are 4th in the NFC North, but yeah, Green Bay Packers still the kings of the North for the second straight NFC North title. So they have clinched the division. So yeah, but for the Titans, the Titans are going 10-4. They'll probably make the playoffs. They look good. Derrick Henry is a beast on the field, and I could probably compare him to Lamar Jackson in terms of rushing because Lamar Jackson is a better rusher than he is a passer. But I could compare Lamar Jackson to Derrick Henry any day because he's got really fast legs. I mean, he's really athletic, guys. Don't want to underestimate Lamar Jackson. Not the cornerback for the Jets that they signed as an undrafted agent, but but the quarterback, for the Ravens. Yeah, there are two Lamar Jacksons in the league now. Yeah, there are two Lamar Jacksons in the league. One of them is a quarterback for the Ravens, and one is a corner for the Jets. I think it was Lamar Jackson. I think it was Lamar Jackson who the corner that tried to blitz Henry Ruggs, but they still ended up losing. But anyways, I'm gonna go with the Titans on this one. The Titans will go to 10-4. The Lions 5-9. They'll probably be eliminated from the playoffs as well. The Chicago Bears. The Bears play the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah. Vikings lost against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because their kicker was iced, I guess. Yeah, I think the Vikings iced their kicker, so that's probably why they lost. But they lost to Tampa Bay, which is good. I think they still would have lost the game anyways. I think their kicker missed 4 field goals, and it cost them the game. It was 26-14. As for the Bears, they played the Texans and won for the first time since week 6. And I'm counting the bye week that they had in week 11. But yeah, I think I can go with the Bears for this one. Not that the Vikings are terrible, and I don't think the Vikings could make the playoffs this year. I mean, they usually do because they're part of the NFC North, but, you know. Yeah, the Bears are also part of the NFC North. The Bears could go 7-7 here. As for the Vikings, yeah, they're probably going to fall to, what's your record now? 5-8? No. 6-7 is your record. So you're probably going to go 6-8 for this one. I'm going to go with the Bears. The Bears. Because my friend's a Bears fan. You know. The Seattle Seahawks take on the Washington football team, who impressed the San Francisco 49ers at a win. Yeah, that defense is pretty good. I mean, this is going to be a tough matchup because you got Russell Wilson. You got, I think he can throw deep, but as for Dwayne Haskins, if you keep Dwayne Haskins in your game, your offense is going to rupture because even if the Giants drafted Dwayne Haskins, he still wouldn't have produced much energy for you. I mean, Daniel Jones is bad enough. I mean, he came back after that hamstring injury. But as for the Washington football team, yeah, I think the Seahawks could pull this off. The Seahawks are trying to clinch the NFC West division against the Rams. They're somewhere around here. But yeah, they'll probably go 10-4. They're tied with the Rams right now for the division lead. As for the Washington football team, you'll probably go 6-8, and hopefully that Wildflower's crown is taken by somebody else at the end of the season, because the NFC East is complete garbage, except for that defense on Washington. Yeah, so I'm going to go with the Seahawks. It's not an AFC East matchup here. The New England Patriots taking on the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, if the Patriots play like they did last week against the Rams on Thursday night, then, yeah, it's been 10 days since they've played. It'll be 10 days since they've played. But, yeah, as for the Miami Dolphins, I think they could pull this off because, yeah, I'm going to go with the Dolphins here. They'll probably go 9-5. As for the Patriots, you're probably not going to make the postseason. I'm sorry, but Tom Brady is what you still needed. Cam Newton is, and what's worse is that Bill Belichick named Cam Newton the starting quarterback, so he's going to remain in New England for a while, so prepare for mediocrity. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. They were going to go 9-5. The Patriots probably going to fall to 6-8 after this game. The Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Baltimore Ravens. And, the Jaguars are going to lose again because they have Gardner Minshew back, and he's not producing any offense. As for the Ravens, they played a pretty good game against the Cleveland Browns. That was probably one of the best games of the week, actually. I'm not sure why the 4 p.m. Fox slot is the game of the week. But, that Ravens-Browns game was probably game of the week for me. Yeah, the Browns made a good comeback. They had a lead. They had a 1-point lead, and Lamar Jackson had to take a massive, massive duty because he was having cramps. And, Ravens still won. The Ravens are 8-5. If the Browns lose, then the Ravens will tie the Browns for second in the division. But they're playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, so they're gonna tank for Justin Fields probably, if Justin Fields even gets drafted there. It's probably the Jets are probably gonna get Trevor Lawrence. The Jags are probably gonna get Justin Fields or Kyle Trask or one of those first round prospects. But I'm gonna go with the Ravens 9-5. And for the Jaguars is a 1-13 campaign. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers play the Miami Falcons. Why did I say Miami? I meant Atlanta. I mean the Atlanta Falcons, who succeeded in choking and were eliminated from the playoffs. So, I'm gonna go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is an easy matchup. I'm not gonna talk about it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers played the Minnesota Vikings last week and still won 26-14. As for the Falcons, you're just delete your franchise, dude. You're 4-9. You're gonna fall to 4-10 after this game, and the Bucs are gonna go 9-5 after this game. Gonna go Bucs. San Francisco 49ers take on the Dallas Cowboys. Ooh, this is a tough matchup there. I mean, they did play the Cincinnati Bengals and scored 30 unanswered points, but they're playing in AT&T Stadium. It's Jerry's Shrine, as some people call it. As for the 49ers, you're not good. I think Nick Mullins is an okay QB, but they've been playing pretty good teams like the Bills. They just lost to the Washington football team, but they're playing the Dallas Cowboys. But I'm going to go with the Cowboys because I don't have any hope for the San Francisco 49ers. They could go 5-9 after this game, and the 49ers will fall to 5-9 as well. But they're in different divisions. The Philadelphia Eagles, who upset the New Orleans Saints last week, take on the Arizona Cardinals, who will completely obliterated the Giants' hopes of winning the division. They're 5-8. They are one game away from succeeding the Washington football team, who are 6-7. As for the Cards, you are a good team, and the Eagles, you got Jalen Hurts. I mean, that's a major upgrade. I mean, he is a good ball slinger. He's probably one of the best QBs I've seen from you in a long time, actually. I think drafting Jalen Hurts wasn't a draft bust. I mean, I think that was a good decision on Doug Peterson's part, but at least he didn't go for 2 this time. Because that was a major problem in midseason. As for the Cardinals, I'm going to go with the Cards because it's a battle of the birds again. It's another battle of the birds, so I'm going to go with the Cardinals for this one. Cardinals will go, what's their record right now? 6-7? 7-6? Probably going to go 8-6, and the Eagles are probably going to fall to 9-1 for this one. Speaking of winless, the Jets are taking on the Rams. This is a pretty easy matchup, I think. As for the Rams, yeah. I'm going to go with the Rams because their defense is outstanding. They can stuff Sam Darnold, and yeah, he's not good. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams. The Jets are going to fall to 0-14. They need 3 more losses, guys. They need 3 more to go 0-16. I am waiting on it. The Jets are going to get the first round pick, the first overall pick in Trevor Lawrence. But if they're caught tanking, they'll get Justin Fields. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams. They're going to fall. They're going to go to 10-4 after this game. And the Jets, get out of my sight. They're going to go 0-14. The Kansas City Chiefs take on the New Orleans Saints. This is going to be a good game. But yeah, as a Chiefs fan, I got a bandwagon. I'm going to go with the Chiefs because I'm going to go with the Chiefs because the Saints, they don't look good anymore. They still have Taysom Hill. They need Drew Brees back badly if they're going to win this game. But the Chiefs, yeah, they're going to go 15-1. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go with the Chiefs for this one. Anyways, let's get into the Sunday and Monday night games. The Cleveland Browns take on the New York Giants. And yeah, I'm going to go with the Browns. Giants, if they still have Daniel Jones, they're terrible. They're terrible, I tell you. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Browns. I mean, they did put up a game against the Ravens, but, you know, yeah, the Browns are going to win this game. They're probably going to go 10-4, and the Giants are going to fall to 5-9. Hopefully are eliminated from the playoffs, but probably not because they're part of the NFC East. Browns for this one. And the last game of the week, the Pittsburgh Steelers take on the Cincinnati Bengals. I will not be watching this game because I will be out of town, but I will be looking at the score for the game. But this is probably one of the only Monday Night Football games I'll not be watching. But yeah, the Bengals are a complete disaster. I mean, they have only won 2 games in the regular season, and they're going to go 2-11-1 for this matchup here. As for the Pittsburgh Steelers, they are the second team to clinch a playoff berth, and not the AFC North because there is a huge competition between the Browns and the Ravens. They're trickling up to get that number 1 spot in the AFC North. But this is a divisional matchup, and the Bengals are probably going to still end up being 4th. But, yeah, they're not good. The Steelers, they've lost 2 in a row, but they have clinched a playoff berth because the Miami Dolphins lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Steelers. They're probably going to go 12-2, and the Bengals 2-11-1. So, anyways, that's it for Week 15 predictions. We'll see you next week.